How you doing, Mitchy?
Good, man. Just in Nashville at the moment. Making,
Oh, I love it.
yeah,
It's my
trying to
neck of
make.
the woods.
Are you in Nashville?
Oh yeah.
Why not?
Oh yeah. How do you like it?
It's good, man. It's good. Yeah, we could have done this in person.
I know, but you know what? It worked out. Needless to say, still happy to have you, Mitchy Collins, of course, of Lovely the Band. So, Mitchy, let's start there because I am interested. LA has a good, healthy musical scene. It's a great scene. Uh, how would you compare it? And I'm speaking out of ignorance. I'm well aware of Nashville, but what makes Nashville special, like different than LA for someone like you?
I like coming here. I still live in LA, but I like coming here. I've been coming here a lot more. Actually, probably like once a month at this point for the past like year and a half or so. And I don't know. It's just a fresh, like, I don't know. It's just nice to switch it up, and it's a fresh, like, perspective. It's a different kind of life out here.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's more my speed out here. It's very big city, small town kind of thing, like dive bar kind of vibes. And I don't know, that's just more my speed. And I've found a good gang of people that I like working with and hang out with, and it's also just nice to like get out of LA. Like my buddy said this, but there's no better feeling. There's there's no better feeling than leaving LA and coming back to LA. Like those are the two best feelings. Like
So is the community thing like real? People say the thing is special. I think it's special. But you being in LA, I don't know what the musical community is. There is a different.
yeah, it's definitely LA. Like I would say, like I have great people around me in LA. Obviously, it's my home. I've been there for 11 years, but um, it's a bit clicky in LA in the music scene. You know what I mean? Like it's like you have your people. It's pretty hard to crack into like you know other projects, this and the other. When I come to Nashville, it's so inviting.
Open doors.
It's
Oh
so
yeah,
inviting,
100%.
and like everyone I work with, like a lot of my friends here, like some of the biggest writers in town. Like I'm very fortunate for that to be a thing, and they're all every time I'm in town, they're always like, "Oh, come do this with me. I'm doing this. Come up, come work on this with me." And also, whenever I tap in with them to when it's time to make new music for Lovely, they're always so willing and open to move their schedules and stuff. So it's very inviting here, which is nice and refreshing.
I love it. I love it. And by the way, Mitch, your self-titled debut album came out August 23rd, and your songwriting is pretty spectacular. So I would like to think that some of the Nashville things stuck on you because your songwriting in this last one is phenomenal.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, man. But listen, I saw you years ago. I was covering a show in Fort Lauderdale years ago. And I also saw video of you guys at Alter Ego in research. And I was just thinking, Mitchy, like, the way that you like captivate the crowd, the way you grab that crowd's energy, like that stuck with me from Fort Lauderdale at Revolution Live, whatever years ago that was. And I got me thinking, you always seem to be in that state. How do you get in a state like that, Mitchy? How do you get into that performance stage that you break through with the audience, whether you're having a bad day, a good day, your indigestion, good or bad, you just do it, man.
Um, man, it's funny. Like I've been thinking about this a lot, and like a friend of mine asked me this because it's so like because she's like when I'm not on stage, when I'm like just kind of living my life, I'm pretty like I don't know. I go in a room, I'm pretty quiet. I'm pretty like um I mean I can get rowdy, but like I'm most of the time I'm pretty anxious person. I get social anxiety pretty bad, and like you know, so when I step into rooms that I'm not comfortable in, I like kind of like turn into a recluse a little bit. And like a friend of mine, uh, this girl that was like working with us on our social media and stuff, is a very good girlfriend of mine. But she, you know, specifically speaking about the alter ego thing, she was like, she came and she's like, I don't understand. I was like, what do you mean? She's like, I hang out with you and you like turn into a ball when you're uncomfortable, like in a room or something like that, and you get so quiet. And then I see you step on stage in front of 30,000 people and you command the room. And I was like, well, what I've equated that to is like, it's like Clark Kent stepping into the phone booth. You know what I mean? I'm putting on the superhero suit. Like I'm becoming this version that I wish I was all the time, like stepping into the character. And it's just like kind of like dramatized, I guess, version of myself, this person that I wish, this overconfident, you know, like highly like secure, like, commanding person that I wish
Well dressed.
yeah. Thank you. That I wish I was all the time, and I don't know. I guess like I've always been a little bit of a ham, like a, attention seeking guy, like obviously I'm a singer. So, but yeah, I don't know. I think it's really is just kind of putting on the superhero suit and like stepping into the character and stepping into the person that I wish I was every day.
Yeah, it's incredible, man, and you consistently do it. And it stuck with me from so many years ago, man. And I was checking out your videos, Mitchy. I was checking out, and Try For You and Rock Bottom, such great songs. But I was seeing some of your videos throughout your career, Take Me to the Moon, Nice to Know You, you name it. And I love that, because when I grew up, I'm 38, but when I grew up, music videos, I don't know how old you are, but music videos were such an important part, man. Like
Of course.
coming back from school, dude. And I feel like that's like a lost art. And I love that Lovely, you guys like are like, you're saying like, no, this matters. And I admire you for it. Like every one of your videos is a well-made piece of art. And you know what I mean?
Thank you. Yeah. I think, it's funny. Like, I agree with you. I'm 36, so I'm used to music videos being a thing, and I fight for them now. Obviously, we have to get crafty with it because, like, the juice isn't always worth the squeeze sometimes with like spending money on a video. So we gotta get crafty, whatever. But especially like because like music video, you're right, it is the lost art. Unless like because like people got so accustomed to like instant these 15-second clips, like.
Right.
Go through your phone, and even you do a podcast, like most of the time people digest podcasts through the clips they see on TikTok and everything else. So, the attention span is short, so we gotta play that game. But also, I don't know, I do feel like it's important, So I feel like because also too, my favorite thing was always like with videos, like. I'd hear a song and then I'd see the video and it'd like make me like the song more, because it kind of gives like narrative or whatever. So especially if the video's well done. So
yeah, no, I like please like continue doing it because those of us that like that care for it, please stick together, like keep doing it, man, for sure.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, absolutely, Mitchy. Man, I thank you for your time, Mitchy. Gotta ask you about like the longevity of you guys, and I'm sure that you see it all the time. And here in Nashville, it happens all the time, man. Some of my friends, they having bands, you think they're going to last forever, man. In 4 or 5 years, stuff happens. Brands break apart. You guys have been at it for a while now, Mitchy. And I'm sure, you guys have been through your crisis points or whatever, but you're still hammering it. And like I said, putting out like the best songs, I think, of your career. What do you attribute that to?
Thank you, man. Yeah, I mean, it's we're lucky, we're fortunate. We it'll be 8 years we've been a band in March, and which is crazy to think about. That like we just released our 4th album, and now I'm here in Nashville writing. Will probably be our 5th album. It's crazy to think about. We're very fortunate. Like some bands don't even get to put one out. But we were fortunate enough to make it out alive in the COVID thing, and like band wise, obviously, like a lot of my artist friends, just the bands didn't survive, and I just attribute it to like, we were very fortunate with our first record being as successful as it was, and I think that like, kind of like, we kind of took a rocket ship, and like, skipped a bunch of steps that like, bands go through, so we're very fortunate for that. And I think that like, but what keeps us going, I mean, like that, dude, I've never done anything else, and like the three of us, we're brothers and like we love each other, and yeah, we have our ups and downs and we go through it, but like at the end of the day, like, when the three of us are in a room and like we're making some music or like, tracking songs and get on stage, like some magic happens. And like, that's rare when when you have like a musical connection with someone. It's like, I don't know. Like, I think making music and like is the closest thing there is to magic in like that we have, you know? Because you enter a room and like, at the end of the day, you created something that didn't exist before that will potentially change your life, and that's what keeps us going, I think.
Yeah, very well said. Love that quote. Mitchy, thank you for your time. I know you got a lot going on, so let me leave you with this. And by the way, Lovely the Band will be hitting the road starting September 28th, pretty much every corner of North America. Make sure to check them out. But Mitchy, let me leave you with this, and you alluded to it. Let me talk about Broken. Gotta bring it up. Gotta bring up Broken because, this song for my audience that, may forget the earworm that it was. You would go to a Walgreens, he was playing. It was everywhere. It spent 9 weeks at number one on the Billboard All charts. I previously held the record for the longest running chart entry for 76 weeks, some crazy stuff like that. One of the most successful alt rock songs this is crazy. The things I'm saying, and this is like a song that you created, Mitchy. I think it's crossed 500 million streams. Tell me a little bit about the moment, if you don't mind, where all those years ago when you realized holy shit, this song is this, it's stuck, it hit, it's not, this is on, we're on it.
Yeah. So, when I was writing for this project, this band, I had just gotten dropped from Atlantic a year prior, dropped by my old managers, just kind of was in turmoil, I was broke as fuck, didn't know what was going on. And so I scraped together some cash, bought a plane ticket, called my buddy Christian Metis, who produced our first album. And this has been one of my main collaborators for over a decade. And I called him, I was like, yo, I need to get in the studio. So we booked out 2 weeks and I just went to Brooklyn. I think I remember crashing. So I was crashing in Brooklyn. I remember sleeping at the studio some nights because I couldn't afford a hotel. And but we made some songs. I think Broken was the third song we made. And, I remember sending it to my now manager, who is also my best friend, Dennis. And I sent him the songs and he's like, I think you might have something here. I'm like, yeah. And then anyway, fast forward, put the song out, get a record deal, things starts going. But to your question, I think it was so our whole I guess quote around everything that was happening is every time we would text a group chat with the band and our manager and Christian, we'd just be like, what is happening right now? As it would rise on the chart, get higher and get higher. And my whole thing, I was like, all right, I obviously had dreams of big success and, whatever, but I kind of humbled myself and I was like, you know what? I'm going to start a band. I want to play some festivals. We'll hopefully get a deal. They'll take it to radio. Maybe we can get into the 30s and we can get on tour. We can just start working. Right. And then the song kind of took over. And again, to your question, you asked, when did I realize something was going on? Was we were playing, I think we were at this point it had cracked top 10, I think, we were on the radio. And we were playing, this was 2018. And we were playing Music Midtown, this festival in Atlanta. And it was our first time playing on the main stage at a festival. We played at 4:00. And I remember we did radio promo earlier that day. And I remember being in the van, in the minivan that our radio rep picked us up in. And I remember going to him or just saying out loud, I was like, damn, I hope people come to see us, And I was like, I hope at least 1,000 people are there. And we're in the green room before we go on stage. It's hot as shit. It was probably over 100 with humidity and it was just,
that's in June or May. Yeah.
Yeah. It was scorching. And I'm being there. I'm fuck, I really hope people show up. And our guitar tech comes in and I was like, how's it look out there? He's like, you're going to have fun. And I was like, yeah. And I remember walking out and there was 20,000 people waiting for us. And I was like, okay, something's happening. And I think that was the moment where I was like, okay, I think something's going on now.
I love it. I mean, yeah, I mean, great song, but honestly, like you're making the best of your life now, Mitchy, and this album's gonna have long legs. It's gonna have a big reception, and man, can't wait to catch you guys on the road. And thank you for your time, Mitchy, and thanks for the music you've been putting on and just kind of hanging with it because it pays off. So thank you so much, Mitchy.
Thank you, bro. Good talk to you.
Absolutely. Take care.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here for the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from J-Rod Concert Media.